Hi guys, welcome to this new video. Today we are going to learn how to play Get On Up Sex Machine by James Brown, and it sounds like this. What's up guys, my name is Simone from Your Guitar Academy. Welcome to this new video. Today we are going to learn this style, which is more funky, more James Brown style, 70s style, which is very groovy, and we are going to learn it through this example, Get On Up, well known as Sex Machine, which is an iconic riff of the funky guitar. So let's try to learn the chords first that I was playing, and then we'll get a little bit more into the groove, into the actual strumming patterns that I was using. So first of all, in the intro, you can start with a couple of bars of one chord only, and this chord is the A flat 9. Now, mainly during this tune, we are going to play ninth chords. The ninth chords are essential chords in funk music, in funk guitar, and that's why we spent an entire lesson on them in our Funk Fundamentals course that you can find in the link in the description here below. So the A flat 9 is the chord that we are going to play in this intro. You're going to play it for one bar in eighth notes, keeping a 16th note division. What does it mean? That my right hand still moves with the full movement of the classic 16th funk groove, so down up in each beat. But I'm going to play only the first and the third 16th, so that it's actually an eighth note and actually two eighth notes in each beat. And for that reason, they come as two downstrokes, like in each beat. You do this 4 times and you're ready with your first A flat bar, which is A flat 9 bar, which is going to be the bar that you find in the intro, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you play these downstrokes, basically 8 downstrokes, in order then to get to the main riff, which starts with an E flat 9. If you want to play something super groovy, just before you play the first downstroke, you can play a ghost note, and that ghost note is an upstroke. And it's going to be a ghost note which happens to be on the 4th 16th of the bar, of the beat 4 of the bar off, like 1, 2, 3, 4 E and so when you count 4 E and that is the upstroke that you play as a ghost note before starting. Then you move to the E flat 9 and the iconic riff starts, which is this one. Now, this takes one bar. We are still dividing everything in 16th note. In the first 2 beats, you just stay with your E flat 9, playing 2 8th notes, 2 8th notes. So like we said for the intro, down, 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 down. Keep in mind that when I play these 8th notes, I'm playing them as staccato, so very short, and especially the second one is shorter than the first one, like let's say that the second one could even be a ghost note, or it could be just a percussive sound more than the actual chord. So don't play something like this, because it doesn't sound great, it's too heavy, like it wouldn't be too funky. So what you want to play is something more like so very much on the beat, you know, like with a little downstroke in on the third 16th of the first 2 beats as a staccato, and then in the third beat we stretch the little finger on the 8th fret of the high E string. So far the E flat 9 was exactly the same shape as the A flat 9, just with the second finger on the 6th fret of the A string, because obviously the E flat, the root note of this chord, is here. But now I'm also stretching the little finger, 8th fret of the high E string. That is going to be my 13th. So for that reason, this chord becomes an E flat 9 13. You can also call it even just E flat 13 is fine. And it's absolutely this chord. Very funky chord, even a little bit jazzy if you want. And what you're going to do here, it's a classic rhythm division of the funk music, which is the dotted 8 followed by a 16th. So that means you're going to play the first and the 4th 16th of your beat, like 1 E and up if you were in the beat number 1. In our case, we are in the beat number 3, so I will count it as 3 E and up. On that A, you play the upstroke and you remove the little finger. So the little finger takes only 3 16ths, but then you remove it when you play the 4th 16th, like 3 E and up. When I play that, it's a short note, so again it's staccato, but it's also without the little finger, so it's just a regular E flat 9. So if I put together these first 3 beats, they're going to sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and up. In the fourth beat, I don't play anything, so you must have a rest, just a silent or pause on the fourth beat of this bar. So if I play again the whole bar, counting this time everything in 16th and going a little bit slower, it's going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A. 4 E and A is what you count there, but you can just count 4 and then on the next beat start again with the same thing. So the rhythm is always going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, on 4 we always have a rest. When you hit the strings with your picking hand, make sure that you're not hitting too many strings. You don't want to sound like that's definitely too heavy. You want to play less strings. I would play mainly the 3 bottom strings, so the E, B and G, which is the reason why I like better to bar them with my ring finger rather than play them with 2 fingers, because in that way I would miss the high E string. And the sound has to be very tiny and funky, like rather than playing, which is too heavy. So again, even here you can play several variations of this strumming pattern. You can use more ghost notes, for example. If you are comfortable with the 16th note grooves, if you are comfortable with the ghost notes, you can play some here and there, like, you know, and make your own variations. That's absolutely fine. I'm just showing you the main pattern that you can hear in the record, but even in the record there are obviously variations here and there. So this is the main pattern for the song, what you hear for almost the entire song, except for one bridge that James Brown calls at some point about in the middle of the song, which is going to be still with 7th, 9th and 13th chords, but again we go back in this area of the fretboard and we go back to the A flat 9 that we were playing in the intro, but this time you're going to start with an A flat 9 13. So like we learned in the E flat 9, we are going to stretch the little finger 2 frets forward compared to your ring finger bar. So that means since I have the root note on the 11th fret of the A string again, and my bar as well is on the 11th fret, I'm going to stretch my little finger on the 13th fret of the high E string, like this. So this is what I'm going to do with this A flat 9 13. I'm going to play 2 16ths, so down up, and then I'm gonna take either an 8th note rest for the 3rd and 4th 16th, or I can play 2 ghost notes like this, or just. So I keep moving my right hand, right? But I'm not hitting the strings if I want to do a rest rather than a ghost note, so like this. Now when I move from this, I'm gonna play the same thing without the little finger, so back to an A flat 9, like in this way. When I play this, I'm in the second beat of the groove and I'm playing again the first 2 16ths, followed by again either a rest or a ghost note. But if you do ghost notes, you have to do only one ghost note, because then another run is gonna start from the following 16th. So you can play something like 1 E and A, 2 E and A. So the 4th 16th second beat is going to be on another chord, and this chord is going to be a G flat 9. So this G flat 9 is basically the same as the A flat 9, 2 frets back. So I'm going to hit the 9th fret of the A string with my second finger. That becomes my root note, and I play an upstroke because I am on the 4th 16th. So if I play the first 2 beats only, they are going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A. That's where I play the G flat 9. Followed by, again, either ghost note or rest for 1/16 on the downstroke, and then the upstroke, so the second 16th of the 3rd beat is going to be G9. So from the G flat 9 you go 1/2 step higher, so you go to the 10th fret with your second finger on the A string, and then again one more ghost note or rest, and then another upstroke, which is going to be the 4th 16th 3rd beat on the A flat 9. You are back home. So you basically do this chromatic progression. Okay, so it looks difficult when you say it, but it's actually easier when you play like. That's what happens. It's downstroke goes, upstroke G flat 9, downstroke goes, upstroke G9, downstroke goes, upstroke A flat 9. So if I put everything together, these 3 beats sound like this. Then in the fourth beat, you don't play anything, so I would just skip ghost notes, you know, just the groove in 16th notes. So if I play all together, including them, everything is going to sound like. Let's see it again one last time, a little bit slower. Right, since we said that this is going to cover 1 bar, so how long is going to be the bridge? The bridge lasts for 16 bars, so you play this groove for 16 bars. When you're done with these 16 bars, you go back to your A flat 9 and you play exactly the same thing as the intro, like and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the main riff in E flat 9. So if I play just, for example, the last 2 bars of the bridge, including then the hook to back to the main part, I'm going to play like maybe another one. And from there you go back to the main riff. Guys, when you play this, it's just important that you remember to stay as relaxed, as loose as possible on your picking hand. It all comes from the wrist. If you want to know more tips about funk guitar in general, you want to follow a full course, you can click the link in the description here below and you'll head to our website where you can find the Funk Fundamentals course with a full write-up of each lesson. Even this lesson, like all the other songs of this song jukebox that we have on YouTube and on our website, has a full write-up, so if you are watching on YouTube, you can click that link in the description below as well, and you will head to our full write-up of this lesson where you can see chord diagrams, strumming patterns, structures of the song, and every other info you might need to play these tunes. Guys, again, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next video.